sixth season, and for this season, it's going to be a hectic one because we are about to enter the Delta Quadrant.
Admiral Tuvok has requested that you meet Voyager in the Solaran system. I believe he requires your assistance with a personal issue. While you're there, you should be able to get a briefing on the current state of the Delta Quadrant.
Alright then. Let's go to the Delta Quadrant using the Dyson Sphere Gateway. We're a long way from home. And there isn't much here in the Delta Quadrant because we're taking it from Voyager's point of view, which was lost in the Delta Quadrant for 7 years until it finally returned. Supposed to meet in the Solaran system. Let's head straight there. Supposed to meet up with Voyager. Last time we saw Voyager was in our last season when we were defending Earth and Kronos. Let's begin the mindscape.
Greetings. Admiral Tuvok is waiting for you in the conference room. Welcome aboard. And if I may say so, it's good to see you again. Between Doomsday devices and the Delta Quadrant, it looks like we get all of the interesting assignments. If you'll come with me, I'll take you to Admiral Tuvok. He wants to see you right away.
Vanzel, I hadn't expected to see you again.
It's good to see you too. Someone decided that with our experience with that, borrowed bird of prey, I'm the perfect person to handle joint operations with the Klingons out here in the Delta Quadrant. I even got a promotion, as you can see.
Can you fill me in a bit more of what's going on here?
What would you like to know?
First off, do you know why Admiral Tuvok requested me?
The Admiral is trying to track down Dr. Cooper. He thinks that Cooper is the key to this conflict with the Undine. He hasn't explained why yet, but he says that your assistance is crucial.
That would make sense.
What would you like to know?
What's the situation here in the Delta Quadrant?
Unstable, but not totally out of control. The Borg have suffered setbacks on multiple fronts. They're being pressed hard by the Voth, the Undine, and various liberated elements. The Voth are mostly bottled up in their home space and in the Solanae Dyson sphere. We've established some connections with a few of the locals, such as the Kobali and the Talaxians. Of course, there are still troublemakers out here. The Kazon, the Hirogen, the Malon, and there's a new power player we're very concerned about. Whoever they are, they're picking off systems left and right. Even the Krenim weren't a match for them. We need to find out who they are and what they want.
I see.
What would you like to know?
Why bring Voyager out here? This ship is 30 years old.
Voyager spent 7 years in the Delta Quadrant, and during that time many of her systems were optimized to deal with the hazards out here. This old girl's still got a few tricks. Besides, Admiral Tuvok specifically brought Voyager out for this mission. And what the Admiral wants, the Admiral gets.
Indeed he does.
What would you like to know?
Nothing else. Let's not keep the Admiral waiting.
Sorry we don't have time for a tour, but the Admiral insists he needs to speak with you right away.
Very well.
Greetings. Thank you for coming so promptly. We do not have much time, and I require your assistance.
What's going on, Admiral?
I am still under telepathic assault by the Undine we know as Cooper. He has found some means to greatly increase his psionic power, and I cannot withstand his assault indefinitely. I will need your help to repel Cooper's attack and counter him.
You must be under a great amount of stress.
What else do you need to know?
What do you need me to do?
I have been able to deflect Cooper's attacks thus far, but I require assistance to repel him and gain any useful information. I propose initiating a Vulcan mind meld through which you will be able to enter my mind and aid me against Cooper.
That sounds kind of dangerous.
What else do you need to know?
Wouldn't it be better to seek the aid of a psionic master?
Your prior experiences with Cooper should allow your subconscious mind to hone in on him. An outsider who has never encountered him before would have no such connection and could never hope to find him.
Alright, I'll try what I can do.
What else do you need to know?
I'm ready to begin.
My mind to your mind. Your thoughts to my thoughts.
What's going on here? There's no sign of Tuvok or anyone else. Looks like I'm alone in the mindscape. I'm in sickbay. Let's try to leave sickbay. Door's locked. Let's unlock the door. Why would the sickbay door be locked? Maybe it can be overwritten. Console's also locked out, but maybe the emergency medical hologram can answer some of my questions. Computer, activate the emergency medical hologram.
Please state the nature of the medical emergency. Please state the nature of the medical emergency.
Doctor, I seem to be confined to sickbay. Can you override the door lockout for me?
Let's not get ahead of ourselves, shall we? First, I need to make sure you're not contagious or suffering from any injuries. This will only take a moment.
Really, Doctor, I'm fine. I need to get to engineering.
Don't be difficult. I'm only doing my job. Engineers and captains, always in a hurry to get out of sickbay.
Doctor, it's crucial that I leave sickbay. I need to find Tuvok, and I need to find him now.
You're not going anywhere. Doctor's orders.
Doctor? Alright, you want to fight?
Can you hear me? Come speak to me at the desk terminal. The mind meld was successful. Excellent. I am currently trapped in the ready room. For the moment, I will only be able to communicate with you remotely. Cooper is working to subvert my mental defenses, and I must focus my concentration on keeping my mind intact.
So I need to liberate you from the ready room.
No. Cooper is trying to erode my emotional control. Symbolically, this means that he must destroy Voyager. To do so, he is attempting to overload the warp core. You must proceed to engineering to stop Cooper from destabilizing the warp core. If he is successful, he will have broken down my mental control systems. Once the core and my mind are protected from Cooper's attacks, then we can take control of this mindscape. Take the pad from the doctor's office. I will use it to communicate with you as you proceed.
Understood. I'll pick up the pad and proceed engineering. What's this? The Omega Protocol. Computer, examine the Omega Directive. Computer, release Omega Lockdown. Authorization, Dorn, Christopher, Admiral.
Good. Now we will be able to remain in contact. Proceed to engineering.
Well, now it opens. Oh, this is
Cooper
weird.
attempting to subvert my mental defenses by replacing my memories with engrams from his bioship. Until he is expelled, these kinds of incursions will continue. You may see strange items or distortions in your surroundings. Ignore them and proceed as best you can. Remember Kiri Kin Thaw's first law of metaphysics. Nothing unreal exists.
Understood. Still weird. Main engineering.
Cooper is trying to overload the warp core. You must keep it stable.
This isn't right.
The mindscape is a simulacrum. Cooper may move elements to suit his needs, or try to stop you. Certain areas may be blocked or damaged, or even transformed. Do your best to reach your destination. Cooper cannot simultaneously attack an area and conceal it.
I see. Here we are, main engineering. Ensign Kim.
What are you doing here? This area is very dangerous. The core is unstable.
I'm here to stabilize the core.
I've almost got this. Just keep back. It will only take a few more minutes.
Where's the chief engineer?
Ilana, I don't know. She should be here, but as far as I can tell, everything on Voyager's about to fall apart, and I'm the only one here. Stay back. I'm going to put a force field around the core while I try to stabilize it. It won't contain a core breach, but it might block some of the radiation if the magnetic stabilizers give out.
Ensign, we can solve this more effectively if we work together.
You are stupid, aren't you? Only people the Vulcan melded with should be here. Not everyone on Voyager is part of Tuvok's warped little subconscious. Some of us are far more exceptional.
Ensign Kim, step away from the warp core controls.
I'll destroy you, and Tuvok's mind with you. I'm in
He has raised
control.
his defenses to protect himself. Use one of the engineering consoles to press your attack.
I'm
He
in
has raised
control.
his defenses to protect himself. Use one of the engineering consoles to press your attack. Quickly use the controls to restore the warp core. This will strengthen my mental defenses.
Stabilizing the warp core now.
Excellent. With my mental defenses stabilized, we should have additional time to fend off Cooper's intrusion. Head to the crew decks. Inside of my memories exist fragments of personalities from any person with whom I have previously experienced a mind meld. You may be able to find someone whose personality is not wholly part of my mind, and thus not susceptible to Cooper's influence.
I'll find someone to help on the crew decks. Whoa. Once again, ignoring his distractions. Crew decks.
Move through the crew decks to your right. You may be able to find a fragment of a personality who can help you. People with whom I have previously melded have left impressions of their Katras in my mind. You may be able to convince one to assist you. Because they are not technically me, Cooper's ability to subvert them may be limited.
I'll keep an eye out for anyone who I might be able to help. Seven of 9.
What is happening? What am I doing here? Who are you? I require specifics. Answer me.
Voyager is in danger from species 8472. We need to liberate Tuvok. He's being held locked in the ready room.
I have no reason to trust you, but it seems familiar somehow. Why am I in the crew quarters? I should be in my regeneration alcove.
Tuvok can explain. Here, You can communicate through him through the pad.
7. You are currently experiencing an engrammatic regress as a result of a Vulcan mind meld. You must assist me in reasserting control over the meld. I am currently locked in the ready room next to the bridge. Exercise caution as species 8472 has subverted the vessel.
Let's go to the bridge and help Tuvok.
That is Borg technology. But the presence of the collective will not dissuade us. Assimilation is irrelevant.
Oh my god. Thought I had dealt with one of these. One was enough.
Assimilated Undine. It may be a reflection of the unconscious fears of species 8472.
Bridge.
Oh, you're here. Let's just get this over with.
This will not end well for you, Cooper.
I will secure the bridge while you release Tuvok.
Alright, let's get this over with.
With Cooper defeated, he should no longer be able to maintain the telepathic link with my mind. For the time being. We must end the mind meld and consider our next course of action. Now that we have removed Cooper's influence, it is time to break the link between he and myself.
I agree. It's time to end this. Let's leave the meld.
With Cooper's attack temporarily halted, we are in a position to slow the advance of his Undine forces. Please accompany me to the bridge.
Lead the way, Admiral.
We still do not have a fix on Cooper's whereabouts. I will contact Starfleet for any current information about Undine movements. Use the sensors to check for their quantum signatures. Voyager's sensor array is currently calibrated for tracking Undine movements, so you should be able to garner results quickly.
I'll handle the sensors. Scanning for Undine quantum signatures. That's odd. It says the Omega protocol is active. Console's not working.
You should return to your ship. While I am somewhat fatigued as a result of the mind meld, I believe that I can continue in my duties on Voyager while we plan our next steps.
Tuvok, I'm getting an error from operations. The Omega protocol lockdown is still in effect.
We must still be in the meld. Cooper is trying to deceive us. He needs to break the link cleanly, but lacks the strength to confront us directly.
What do we do?
You don't belong here.
They weren't real.
We should use the link to our advantage. If we can track Cooper through the link, we can then pursue him in the physical realm. Since the mindscape deals in symbolic representations, we need a map to his location. We should proceed to astrometrics.
Very well, let's go. Deck 8, astrometrics.
Cooper is trying to block your progress. Look for another path.
This is interesting. Oh God.
In 2375, Voyager encountered a malfunctioning Borg vinculum that had been turned into a trap by species 6339. This vinculum caused other personalities from the Collective to surface in 7 of 9. I entered a mind meld with her in an attempt to stabilize her personality. These people are echoes of the personalities of people assimilated by the Borg. They are not truly aware, knowing only that they desire to escape. It may be helpful to think of them as ghosts, metaphorically speaking, of course.
I'm not afraid of ghosts.
Cooper is attempting to distort your path again. Keep searching.
This is interesting. More of them. Gotta love the wide beam setting on this phaser.
I sense we are making progress. Keep searching.
What the? There's no force field, yet the atmosphere seems normal. This doesn't make any sense. And that's quite a hull breach. If this wasn't part of a mind meld, I'd be dead right now. Wait. Here we are. Let's unlock the astrometrics lab. Engage manual unlock. Charge flow loan capacitor. Not those things again. Let's track Cooper. Checking memory grid 124, octant 22 theta. According to Voyager's logs, this is the location of Tuvok's previous mind meld with 7 of 9, when she suffered the forced intrusion of other minds taken by the Borg into her consciousness. That event was caused by her proximity to damaged vinculum and is not consistent with influence from the Undine. Let's try something else. Check memory of the Silver System. After Voyager left the Silver System early in its journey home, Tuvok experienced a traumatic mind meld with crewman Lon Suter. At this time, Voyager had not yet encountered the Undine. Keep checking. Check memory of Class 17 Nebula. Voyager encountered a Class 17 nebula in 2373. At this time, Tuvok was suffering from an engrammatic virus and entered a mind well with Captain Janeway so that the captain could help him trace and resolve the source of the virus, which extended to his tenure aboard the USS Excelsior under Captain Sulu. This is not related to the Undine incursion. We have to be getting close, though. Check memory of the Necrit Expanse. The Necrit Expanse is an area on the edge of Borg space. It is located near an unstable corridor the Undine used to make incursions into our dimension. The quantum singularities in that area of space make it easily subject to incursion by the Undine. Logic suggests that this would be an ideal location for them to use as a fleet staging area. Alright, it's time to end the meld and go find Cooper.
There. We have him. Cooper has broken the link. The meld can end. This ordeal has taxed me mentally, but I must continue the mission. I have learned that Cooper is in fluidic space, in an area that corresponds to the location known in our dimension as the Northwest Passage. We must travel there and enter fluidic space to confront Cooper once more. He is aboard a special command bioship that he cannot abandon. If we catch him in fluidic space, we can force a final confrontation. Please join me on the bridge. I must focus my concentration on regaining my strength. I need you to enter our destination coordinates and make certain that there are no more surprises.
Agreed.
The Admiral is waiting for you in the ready room.
Already did it, Van Zyl. Helm, set course for the Northwest Passage.
Voyager will join you in the Northwest Passage. We'll leave as soon as you've returned to your ship. We need to hurry if we want to catch Cooper.
Very well. Yellow Springs, beam me up.
This area of space was labeled by Commander Chakotay as the Northwest Passage. It is a corridor of space that the Borg avoid because of the high incidence of quantum singularities, which the Undine use as points of transit. Voyager encountered the passage in 2373, and Captain Janeway chose to use it to travel through Borg space. This precipitated our first contact with Species 8472.
What do we need to do here?
We must locate a quantum singularity that will lead us into the correct area of fluidic space. My suspicion is that Cooper is using this region as a staging ground for the massed Undine fleet, and his command bioship will be there as well. Approach each singularity and check its quantum wave signature. When we find the correct one, we will pass through.
We'll probably have to engage the Undine ships first, then scan the singularities. Just the Yellow Springs and Voyager out here. Can't risk sending in the entire fleet. Okay, that one was too unstable. Let's keep searching. Gotta avoid these Undine bubbles if I can. Won't be easy. Coming into contact with Undine ships. Scan the quantum singularity. Can't use that one either. must be getting close. Scanning this quantum singularity. We found it. Entering fluidic space. We've been there before.
We need to reach Cooper's command bioship. According to my scans, he is using a modified dreadnought as a control vessel. Intriguing. Cooper's bioship appears to have nerve clusters, gyri, and structures typically associated with brain matter. While most bioships are organic, they are not aware. Rather, they are biological tissue operated by the Undine as tools. Cooper's vessel is different. It is possible that the ship is self-aware. This would explain the increase in Cooper's telepathic abilities. Not only is his command bioship able to coordinate the entire Undine fleet, acting as a brain for the other ships, but it also amplifies his psionic power. We must gain access to the ship directly. We will need to temporarily disable its shielding mantle, so we can fire upon vulnerable sections to disable it.
Find and disable Cooper's ship. Understood.
You've come a long way, but as you can see, I am not unprepared for your arrival. This command bioship is unique. It is capable of coordinating an entire fleet of bioships. A fleet that will launch from the structures you see here. Even if you attack me, I suspect you will find the sheer power of my new fleet to be overwhelming.
We're not defeated yet. We may be outnumbered, but we're not running from a fight. Okay, let's get this thing turned around. Head towards the ship. That was too fast. Slowly reversing thrusters. Now let's turn this thing around. Did not mean to go that quickly. It's one of the things I hate about using full impulse. Sometimes I don't know when to stop. And considering how big this ship is, usually my momentum, especially in fluidic space, will carry me great lengths when I don't want them to. Okay, let's disrupt the shield mantling. bubble's gonna hit. I need to get into position. Let's beam to the command ship. We need to end this here and now.
We are close to Cooper's position, but the bioship is blocking transport in the area closest to the central nexus. We must find control nodes that will allow us to enter the nexus. As the ship is organic, we may be able to force it open by sending impulses through certain nerve endings, thereby causing a reflex reaction, much like a sneeze.
Find the control nodes, open the central nexus. Got it. I'm also utilizing my old away team for this assignment, and I will probably use them throughout the remainder of the season, just because they're so unique. More Undine. Another group coming down. They're like spiders. As for preparation, I'm going to deploy some mines right here. We don't need to use that yet.
The muscles controlling this passage will not release. We will need to find control ganglia we can use to trigger a reflex response and open the door.
The release has to be near here. It's that one console I just saw. More of them. It's a good thing I deployed mines. And I didn't even need to use them. I should open the door.
Cooper should be in the chamber just beyond this door.
If this ship has a mind, can you convince it not to fight us?
An intriguing notion. I shall make the attempt. You must protect me from Cooper and his soldiers while I concentrate on the mind meld. When you are ready, we shall proceed.
I'm ready. Start the meld. There he is.
The ship is resisting the meld. I must move to another neural cluster. You must protect me from Undine attacks while I concentrate.
Working on that, Tuvok.
You must protect me from Undine attacks while I concentrate.
See, now there's where the mines came in handy.
The ship is resisting the meld. I must move to another neural cluster. You must protect me from Undine attacks while I concentrate.
This is going to be tricky.
You must protect me from Undine attacks while I concentrate.
What is happening? You did this!
My mind to your mind. Your thoughts to my thoughts.
Why should we listen to the weak?
You will perish when the Iconians complete their purge. To the Iconians, you are weak.
We must survive.
When we fight one another, we are weak. United, we are strong.
No! Don't listen to him!
We must see to our needs.
The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
The many must survive.
We don't need them!
The many will be strong. The strong will survive.
They are weak. I will save us.
You are weak.
What? No!
But together, we are strong. You will be repurposed.
No!
The Bio-Dreadnought has no intention of entering our space. Now we must return to our ships before the Undine retreat to their own fortresses in fluidic space.
Very well. Yellow Springs, beam us up.
There are no signs of Undine pursuit. Whatever the intent of the remaining Undine forces, it seems that they do not involve our dimension. As a Vulcan, I am not given to personal displays. Nonetheless, we have shared a deep connection. We will always carry a part of this experience with us. In a sense, you have become a portion of my mental defenses. Part of the ship and crew that define the most challenging aspects of my existence. Our shared effort has prevented another Undine invasion, and incidentally allowed me to retain my sanity. Your contributions are appreciated. I must advise Starfleet Command of these developments. I am sure we will speak again. Until then, I am confident that events in the Delta Quadrant are in capable hands. Live
Farewell.
long and prosper.
Farewell, Admiral. Get us out of here. Warp 3. This is going to be a long voyage and a long season. Let's report to Delta Quadrant Command.
With Cooper gone, the Undine won't have a leader pushing them toward war with our forces. I wonder why he was so set on this conflict. We still don't know exactly how long Cooper had been replaced by an Undine, or if the original Cooper is still alive. Perhaps this Undine saw something during his time among us that convinced him that the only way to secure the safety of his people was to destroy ours. It wouldn't be the first time that's happened. Remember the Xindi attack on Earth in the 22nd century? They were told by the Sphere Builders that they had to destroy Earth to save themselves. It turned out that Sphere Builders were using the Xindi as a tool in their own destructive plans. We know the Iconians have manipulated the Undine. Maybe they were the ones pushing Cooper to attack.
Maybe so. Okay, folks, that was our first episode of Season 6 in the Delta Quadrant. As I stated before, this entire season, this season only, will take place in this quadrant. So we will not be in the Alpha or the Beta. I don't expect to see the Enterprise here in the Delta Quadrant, but we will encounter Voyager multiple times. So hopefully we will have a good but not treacherous journey, but considering that being a Starfleet officer is not always going to be a great thing, I expect a true challenge for me, the crew of the USS Yellow Springs, but like so many years have passed, we presented ourselves strong and united. I can always count on my ship and my crew. Let's get a sneak peek at Episode 2 in the Delta Quadrant. Reunion.
Our first task in the Delta Quadrant is a familiar one, helping a species to find a new home. A group of Talaxians living in the Entaba system are ready to move to a new homeworld nearby. Admiral Tuvok and Voyager have gone ahead to their main asteroid base to begin the preparations for the transition. The Admiral's requested your presence as well. You two work well together. I recommend you take advantage of his expertise. There's no one who knows more about the Delta Quadrant than he does.
Will do, Admiral. Okay, folks, I hope you enjoyed Episode 1. I will see you again for Episode 2. In the meantime, this is Captain Chris Dorn, signing off.